Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 2020 and welcome to Mondays, where if we haven't met yet, I'm Joanna. I am your host for Mondays. Today's video is the best way to improve your aquascaping and have fun doing it. At least that's the title that I gave to Jason. He frequently changes my title, so was that the title? If not, you're in trouble. Also subtitle, Zen Garden Dryscape, something like that. Anyways, today's video is all about a crazy, bright slash weird idea that I had a couple months ago when I had a really hard time scaping, and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set up a dryscape on my Nano wall that's always there and I can always scape. Then I don't mess up and get mad, because what's the best way to improve your aquascaping? Practice. Well, you can't practice on a tank, you know, and then move the fish out and then change it. That's a no-no. So dedicated space. Now, unfortunately, how my brain works is if I think of an idea, it just keeps morphing into other ideas. Like if I'm gonna have a space on my Nano wall, why don't I have a space on the coffee table? Well, we have a tank in the kitchen, so there you go. And then have another area in my workshop where I can, you know, putz around. Anyways, so 3 variations on the same idea, and this is gonna be super fun, so stay tuned. Here's the first variation. This setup is gonna be on my Nano wall, and boy am I excited, because I've been a rock collector all my life. Everywhere I go, I collect rocks. I love rocks. And now I finally have a really awesome setup. This is like a little drawer unit that I found from Hobby Lobby. I love it. And this is one of my most favorite 2.5 gallon tanks. So by the way, any of these that I'm going to show you, this can work for a terrarium, aquarium, any kind of practice you want, just any kind of setup, because guess what? It works for any arium. I'm coining the phrase, okay? That's a new arium, an any arium. Okay, so here we have, and I divided them. I put the, what would you call these?
Rocks.
No, they're not rocks. They're wood.
Oh, petrified wood?
Kind of like.
Or is it just little pieces of driftwood?
They're little pieces of driftwood, which, fun fact, when we would go to the green water auction on Fridays, there was a guy there who now moved to Florida, but he would always save me cute little pieces of driftwood, and he would give them to me. So this is some of them because they're so cute. Here's the little pieces that like crack off. Now you can keep them too, just like I do, and you can put them in your drawer. Then I have some more of my blue stone. You know, I'm gonna find the name and I'm gonna flash it. You're gonna flash it up, can you please? Because everybody needs to know, because it's very pretty and it's gonna be showing up in Escape soon. So excited. So I got some of that, and then I put some Ryu stone in here, and I don't want to.
You're not going to be able to get to it.
I probably put, I knew I was going to wedge it in there. Anyways, there's cool rocks in there. I've got some zebra stones, some black river rocks, and then up here, wait for it, this is where the video goes a little weird. Okay, this, like I said, it's going to be my practice tank. I'm going to be using it to put little scapes to see, hey, do I like it? And I want to get better at using like these rocks, you know, because they do fun stuff. You know, if you've ever watched Green Aqua, George Farmer, all of them, they do all these complicated things, and you're like, oh, you try and recreate it. I try and recreate it, and it looks terrible. Well, not anymore. I'm going to be spending hours here. So up here is going to be for my plants. How can you keep plants there? I'm going to show you. Jason's laughing. Okay, just stick with me. Okay, one of the hardest parts that I have in scaping, I really like, stop laughing. I really like crypts, okay? But when you're having a really hard time doing a scape, and the crypts are like literally like dying, you know, while you're trying to fix them up, Anubius is way better, really way better. So painter's tape and wire, double-sided, cut them into a leaf shape. There's wire, you can pose them because, you know, crypts go like that, right? And then, you know, I just made like a few. Then I can see, do I like a crypt back here? Do I like it? I'm telling you, this is coming. Aquarium plants and paper. I started it. And then I even made some little Anubius. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? Yeah. Anyways, because you know Anubius is always, you know, it's always going one direction. You glue it and it's the wrong direction. You gotta pull it off and then you gotta, you know, so no more. No more. So that's where I'm gonna keep my plants. So this is variation 2. What I would call the Zen Garden inspired version. I was thinking for our coffee table, but we have dogs, so that probably won't work. But I'm thinking now, this is gonna be perfect on the dining room table in place of like a centerpiece, because when we're eating, somebody's always like monkeying with something, you know?
We're a very tactile family.
We are. We are a very tactile family. You know, like the spinners, remember when the spinners, there was like millions of them around the house, everybody's spinning them. So
We're
this
fidget
is
scapers.
Fidget scapers, I love it. Sounds like a great shirt, bumper sticker. So anyways, this is also something that you could put some of, say, your favorite rocks as opposed to, you know, trying to nail down a scape before you get it done. So these are actually some of my favorites. We've got Dragonstone, we have the blue, I see, I've already forgotten the name, and you sent me a picture of it, you were so excited too. This is the name, forgot it. Some cool blue stones, some small little rocks, some of my favorite rocks that I've never put in a scape because I only have 3, and for a larger tank it's just too few. And then of course some cholla wood. Now this is, you know, with any of these, you're gonna need something. If you put in pebbles, you know, smaller rocks, to get them out, you know, if you wanna switch it up and put some Dragonstone in there, you're gonna need something to take it out. So my suggestion, if you don't wanna use like a smaller, like slotted spoon or something, you can use a little pot, because it does have a little tiny hole that'll allow the sand go through, and then you can just scoop up the rocks and take them out. Anyways, and then I think that just for grins, because it's going to be on the dining room table, to like smooth it out, I'm going to put this fancy spoon, because my sister always gives me fancy spoons when they don't sell on her eBay shop, and I'm always like, I need to use the fancy spoon, so Dee Dee, I'm using a fancy spoon. See, that's really fun. You could like play with the sand. For a third and final option, well, never final, because my brain's always thinking, you wouldn't believe the weird options I've thought of since these. Maybe you'll see them in Instagram. I don't know. Okay, so this is the one that will be in my workshop. So it had, when I was at Hobby Lobby for hours, you know, every Friday night I'm either at Hobby Lobby or a fish store. Weird. This one I found at Hobby Lobby. All of these 3 things were in their unpainted wood section, which if you've never been there, go to that section. It's so fun. This is kind of like, you know what, this gives me like a vibe of like a curiosity, you know, like a collection. And this one, if you remember, was where my water garden was, and it was doing fine, no problems, but I did pull out the Anubius reef because it's not Christmas anymore, and I'm gonna be doing something different. I may actually leave him as my kind of garden, more of like my gardenscape, dryscape, zen area. Anyways, this I got because I thought it would be super fun to keep a different color sand in. So I've got my white sand in here, and I could switch it up, you know, if I feel like it, if I snow, whatever. And then in here also is where I can put some of my favorite rocks, because I have a lot of rocks collected over the years. So this is super fun because you can divide them out, and like all these cute little Dragonstones. It's gonna be so much fun. Anyways, I'm gonna be spending a lot of hours playing with these. And Jason was actually eyeing this one too, so I think he's gonna be having fun too. And I think I'm gonna be coming upon a lot of weird scapes, you know, that I didn't do. And this too could be really fun if you just wanted to keep some rocks and you don't want any of this elaborate thing. All you really need is a square container, like, or a round container. You could practice terrariums. It's just infinite possibilities. And then just a little basket or something with rocks. So I hope you like this. I hope it was inspiring for you to, you know, practice. If you like the video and you want to see other of my weird ideas, don't forget to subscribe. I'm thinking though. You know, people have always asked me, like, what's the matter? And I would have to say, nothing, I was just thinking. So apparently I don't know, I look weird when I think.